Good afternoon from the National Weather Service in Atlanta. Welcome to the weekly weather briefing for the week of Thursday, April 6th. Here are some of the highlights for the upcoming week. We already have ongoing river flooding across portions of central Georgia from the heavy rain that occurred last week. Showers and thunderstorms are expected to develop ahead of an advancing cold front late tonight through and linger through Saturday. Rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are expected all across north and central Georgia during that time period. There are some areas that could see up to 3 inches of rain. Some minor river flooding will be possible along with this rainfall, and it could aggravate some of the ongoing flooding across portions of central Georgia. We are not expecting any severe weather with any of this weather coming in. However, temperatures will cool off quite a bit, and we are expecting near record low max temperatures on the day Saturday, with highs in generally around 50 degrees. After a dry Sunday, we are expecting temperatures to begin to warm and rain chances may be returning by midweek. A quick look at the ongoing river flooding. We actually have 2 river gauges currently in the ongoing flooding stage. That would be the Charlottesville site and the Lumber City site. Abbeville has since just gone below flood, and we have a few other sites that are just fallen below or holding steady in action stage. Before we dig into the details of the rainfall moving in late tonight through Saturday, I do want to touch on the Friday afternoon highs. Highs will be seen generally earlier in the day. We've got cooler air moving in from the north, and temperatures in the northern part of the state from anywhere in the mid 50s to upper 50s to around 70 in the I-20 corridor. Areas south of I-20 will warm up into the mid 70s to as much as mid 80s across the southern part of the CWA. Tomorrow morning, we expect temperatures in the low to mid 50s across North Georgia and low to mid 60s anywhere along middle and central Georgia. So let's take a look at the upper level pattern that's going to be causing this unsettled weather the next few days. In the upper levels in the top left corner here, you can see that the upper level energy is shifting off and away from the region. At the same time, a subtropical jet will be basically setting up across the southern United States and sort of merging with that upper level energy into the northeast. The result of that is we end up with a cold front that sags into the region tonight into tomorrow and essentially stalls and aligns itself with that upper level flow. The result will be unsettled weather and moist flow over top of that front, meaning cloudy, cold, and rainy for the next several days. So let's step ahead into Saturday, and we again look in the top left corner. We can see the upper level pattern. While the flow isn't as southwesterly as it was on Friday, there is still an element of westerly or west-southwesterly flow aloft moving in across the region. Within that, there will be some embedded disturbances, and as we look into the surface pattern, we actually have a surface high pressure building down the Appalachian Mountains, essentially setting up a wedge or cold air damming into the region. That will essentially push the front a little further south, but nonetheless, that broad southwesterly flow over the top will make it for a pretty raw, rainy, cold, and cloudy day on Saturday, where we may not get out of the 40s in some locations. So as I look at the Saturday temperatures, with all that rain in the area, temperatures generally hovering in the low to mid 50s across much of the region on Saturday. That will be near record low max temps on Saturday. The record low max for Atlanta, for example, is 51 degrees, and we're currently forecasting a high on Saturday of 51. Saturday morning lows won't be all that different from the highs with temps in the mid and upper 40s. So the diurnal range on Saturday will be very small with morning lows and afternoon highs very close. So let's look ahead and look at an example of forecast radar conditions starting tomorrow morning, Friday morning at 8 a.m. You'll see a general trend and a general increase of showers and possibly a few embedded thunderstorms developing during the day Friday. Coverage will increase with time as that front, you'll notice, moving in from northwest Georgia, slowly sagging south overnight, Friday night into Saturday morning, and eventually getting down into the I-85 corridor by Saturday morning. That will continue through the day Saturday, and you'll notice by the end of this loop, a very big batch of showers and possibly embedded thunderstorms moving to the northeast out of southern Alabama. And that again will overspread the region during the day Saturday. Here is a look at the forecast rainfall totals through Saturday night. Rainfall amounts are forecast to be, generally speaking, 1 to 2 inches across all of north and central Georgia through Saturday night. There are some pockets of 3 inches possible across the area. However, generally speaking, most areas should see 1 to 2. Additional river flooding is possible given the additional rainfall. A quick look at the severe weather risk over the next 7 days. The Storm Prediction Center has outlined the region in a general thunder for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and particularly Saturday along and south of a Columbus to Macon line. No real severe risk is expected with the stalled front across the region. And then when we look ahead at next week, there is not really any potential for severe weather from Sunday through Friday of next week. Quick look at the Sunday to Tuesday time frame. We are expecting high pressure to be in control of the region with temperatures generally around seasonal values. Beginning Sunday, highs in around 60 degrees. Gradual warming trend through Monday into Tuesday with temperatures on Tuesday afternoon reaching around the 70-degree mark. I took a look into the middle of next week and toward the end of this forecast. If we start with the upper level pattern on the graphic on the right, a cutoff low is forecast to develop across the southern United States or the southern Mississippi Valley by late Tuesday into early Wednesday. That cutoff low will start to pump moisture back into the region, and as a result, we will see a gradual increase in rain chances starting about Wednesday or so. The surface high pressure that will be moving in Friday and Saturday will generally be in control of our weather all the way through the Wednesday time period, and you can see that on the graphic on the left with that high still sitting in place. But you'll notice that the low over the Gulf is starting to develop, and this rain over the southern parts of Georgia and Alabama and Florida will gradually spread north toward the tail end of the forecast period. Here's a quick outlook for a few selected sites across the region in the next 7-day forecast. You can see Atlanta, Macon, and Dalton here. Again, just pointing out the chance of rain the next couple days with temps pretty cool over the weekend, and then the gradual warming trend through the early part of next week, with the rain beginning to introduce itself by about Wednesday. So again, a quick summary. River flooding continues across portions of central Georgia from the rains last week. We are expecting showers and thunderstorms to develop beginning late tonight and persist all the way through Saturday, with rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches across all of north and central Georgia. Some areas could see up to 3 inches. That could result in some minor river flooding over the course of the weekend. We are not expecting any severe weather. Temperatures on Saturday are going to be pretty raw and cool. Near record low high temperatures are forecast on Saturday, around 50 degrees or so. And then after a dry Sunday, we'll get into a gradual warming trend with a return of rain chances midweek. That is all for this week's weather briefing. Here are the number of ways that you can connect with us if you need to reach out or have any specific questions that you have for us.